wherever you did Jupyter Notebook, before that you just activate and it should be activated. Otherwise, tell me if the same message is coming. If the same message is coming, you
So
can put in
same
that pip.
same message will
Okay,
be
then
come.
give pip install notebook. No. You already installed on C, no?
Yes, I
You already let it be
installed.
there. Let it be there. Your projects you alone, you keep it on D. Projects means whatever file you're working on.
Okay.
Suppose you are
That's
working on
not
Excel.
problem.
No.
That's not
So
problem.
that's what I'm saying. So basically, when you're working on a environment, you'll have one computer where you physical computer or a virtual computer with different drives and different memory and all that stuff on the cloud or in your office. So you would have installed Anaconda on one machine, but your project files can be shared in a shared space. So another simpler way of explaining it is if you're working on 10 Excel sheets, you keep your files of Excel under the folder Excel, right? So
Okay, right.
yeah, but you don't have to install your what do you call Power BI or for that matter
Tableau.
Tableau or anything on the same drive. You can install it elsewhere also. You can install on C drive. So that's what you've done. You just installed Anaconda on the C drive, whereas your working files like Excel sheets, this is called Jupyter Notebook, will be on D drive. That's all. Because later when you uninstall Power BI, what happens? The Power BI folder will go, or you have to delete the folder because some corruption
Yeah.
happened. Then you lose all your projects also inside it. Unless you are alert enough to copy and paste all the folders on the other side, not on the folder. This will make sure that it is on another folder. So when you uninstall it, it will not delete those files. It will only delete its own files, Anaconda's files, not your project files. Okay. So what's happening? Done?
It's running, sir.
Oh.
It's running.
After that is over, again do Jupyter Notebook.
Okay.
So yeah, so we will let it run, and now I'll run off to the other next set of commands. Can you see?
Yes, sir. I see.
So once we install what do you call Anaconda, Jupyter, you installed Anaconda and Jupyter Notebook now. Jupyter Notebook should have been installed already, but somehow okay, and now you separately installed it. Good that you did that because you learned how to install a pip using a pip install. So what you do is the file that we save using Jupyter Notebook is called a IPYNB. So file. So for example, over here I created many. Can you see this? Or you won't? Are you able to see this other folder that
Yes.
I selected?
I
Yeah.
see.
So can you see this now? So underscore Python basics IPYNB. Can you see that?
Yes, sir. I see.
Yeah. So that is the
Sir,
work.
Python notebook will be open, sir.
It's open now. Good. Now hold on. Wait. So now
Okay.
when you do this, when you open this file, like I've opened here, and go to file.
Okay.
Now you can see file,
Yes, I see.
and you see this
I will be to see.
what do you call executable script over here? Executable script.
Yes.
Yeah, that is under save and export notebook. When you click it, it will be saved as .py file. That is how you .py file means Python file. So your
Python.
IPYNB is your notebook to work, your working place, your workplace, just like Tableau. But when you save the file,
Okay.
finally you have to not only have your notebook, you have to also generate the Python file to be sent to the customer. Notebook file means it is almost a mixture of both Excel and Word together for you to program. Because you can do. That's why when I'm working here, see, I can give you all this text I can put in here in this notebook. I'm working on, this is a notebook. What I'm doing right now is notebook. Jupyter on the top, can you
Notebook.
see? Notebook.
Jupyter.
So yeah, so I'm writing text here, explaining some concept, and then I'm running the code. Now I'm going to run a code for you. And so what we do is, now what we do is we start declaring variables. I already said variables can be what? Different data types. What are the data types I told you? Integer,
Integer.
float,
String. Bool.
bool, correct. Good. So those are all now possible. So that's, and then we do some arithmetic. So that way you'll have jump started Python. You don't have to wait to learn everything. You start off with one thing and then learn the rest as you go. Okay. So here is the code, var2. So now I'm going to share this file with you and you can run it there. Let me just finish it and then you can run it. So here I've introduced a variable var2. That is something which you type in. You can say also my variable also you can say.
What is var, sir?
Nothing. Now I just type in what can you see now?
My variable. Okay.
My variable. So that's what it is. So when you have somewhere, what do you call? A is equal to B plus C. Now we don't ask what is A and B and C, correct?
Yes,
We
yes.
know what A is equal to B plus C. These are variables. So now, of course, you will have to ask what are the values there. So then you can say variable B is equal to 10, right, wrong, and C is equal to, so A is equal to B plus C. Now print. So now here, as you can see, the green color thing is the, what do you call? I'm sorry, not green color. These are, like, for example, print, there's bracket and the close bracket, all are syntax. Syntax means that's how you should do for in Python. But in the case of variables, you can name it anything. It can be A or B or C. But when you're wanting, what are you going to print here? You're going to print your variable A.
A
You
only.
can also, here in Python, you can say comma. I'm sorry, hold on. Comma, I also want to print.
Hello or whatever the message is.
One moment. Yeah, hello. Or you can say, this is my first variable. Okay.
Okay.
Let me see. Now let's see whether it's working. Okay. So this is my first variable, and the type of the variable is class int, integer. I've done this much. Can you see what I did? I said print A, which was what? 31. Was that correct? 21 plus 10. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that the reason is because I gave the sum as A. If I said, okay, if I said give me B and C also, then it'll give me A, B, and C also. Okay, one moment. Let me rerun it now. Run 31, 10, 21. So it gave me all three numbers, A, B, and C. You saw it over here, output. If I made a mistake here, for example, if I did not put a comma here and said enter, it'll give me, one moment. If I ran it now, see it's saying an error, cell and all this. You can take this error and put it into ChatGPT and ask it while you're learning, what is this? So it will tell you what the error is, and then you can take and correct it also. Okay, that's just to let you know, because ChatGPT is a good coding helper these days. If you're coding and you want help, any language, anything, you just type it in, put the error name, ask it for the command. What is pip? What is the pip install for this error? Or like pip install if you ask. See, it's a package missing if it says. You can ask ChatGPT, just current paste that error message and ask what to do. So it'll say install pip, install notebook, things like that. Okay, it'll help you. Okay, so now here, what all we learned? We learned what a variable is. And I can even say, let's make it a float. This is a float. And and now A is the sum, and A, B, and C we are printing with a comma. Now there's a mistake here, error, because I did not put a comma here. So this syntax is wrong. It said invalid syntax. So I'm putting a comma back there. This is my first variable. It's a string. And then it's saying the type of the string is, now it should say float, right? Because it's a float. Let's say float, correct? Have you seen that?
Sir, I have one doubt. There is a fourth line, print A, B, C, and give a variable notes like this is a first variable. After that comma, after that comma, type bracket A. What is that, sir?
Good. I'll tell you. Hold on. Just to make it a little more fun, I just change the order now. And we'll see. I'll explain the rest of the code and come. Type means what it is, just like you said print, correct? You said print.
Print.
So why did we say print? Because we wanted to print it here, correct?
Yes.
No doubt about that. Okay. Type means you're asking the question, what type is it?
Okay. What is that? It's that mean it's integer or whatever it is. That like type.
Yeah, because while you're doing your program, there'll be many data variables you'll work with. And in your friend would have developed half of the program and send it to you. While you're working with a variable. You just want to find out something about that variable. So you'll ask it type. As you get to more complex types, like an Excel sheet which has got rows and columns, it will be called sometimes a data frame or an array or a series. These are all we're going to see that soon. So then you will want to give it, when you ask for it to be described, when you say it's a type, it'll give you a type. And then when you know it's a data frame, you can ask it to be described. When you say describe, in one little small, what you call report, it will give you the mean, summary, all the details about it, which will help you a lot. So we'll see. It's I will see that. Hold on. So now we have got, this is a variable, and then it'll type A, B, and C. Now as you can see, this variable A, B, and C, I put it inside the code. So yeah, as you can see, this is a code. This is a code. It's a syntax.
Okay.
When whatever you put inside the code becomes a string. Okay. So,
between the double quotations, they are the comments like what we are able to print.
Yeah.
That's
correct.
meaning the double quotation mark.
It is a string. It's a string. So for example, I can call another variable my string is equal to this. And then I can type in my string just like this. Okay.
Okay.
So directly also I could say indirectly like this also, but mostly you will do like this only, what I'm doing here finally. Whatever you want, you will put it like this. So it's organized. Now everything is organized properly, variables and all that stuff. Okay. And that'll be A, B, and C. And then the type is mentioned only for A, I'm asking for the type. And after that, this is another program. I'm asking the user to give an input, just like you said print, just like you said type. There is another function called input. Input from the input means you're asking the user give a number. I'm just saying 1. Okay. If I said 1, this my variable should get 1 because I have said my variable is equal to input 1. Or the variable in the range. What this is, this looks like as it's complicated. It's not. This is called a loop. This is called a loop. This particular line is called a loop. It's got a syntax. It begins with for. It has got this semicolon. You'll get used to it very easily. Don't worry. After a few days, just very easily you'll do it. And otherwise, also you can cut and paste it from ChatGPT if you want, for initially for you to just make sure that you got it right. And after that, you have to type. Otherwise, you'll not get a hang of it. Okay, you better get to type it. Okay. So as you can see over here, you didn't put a colon. And you said input, you didn't put a colon. But for loop, you put a colon. If conditions will come, that will also you'll put colon. Or variable in a range of
for semicolon. For what?
Colon here.
We don't use semicolon in Python, right?
No, we don't have to use semicolon like this in Python. Yeah, we don't have to.
Okay.
It is there in other languages. Yeah. But the colon is required to define. This is the definition. Not a definition. If it is a function, there's a definition. I'll tell you that also. Def my function, and it will be like this. Return return 0, something like this. So this will be a definition of a function, where that means function means what? Do a function of calculation. My function calci, C-A-L-C-I. So basically do a function to calculate. So that's basically what it will do. And return. So what calculation we do? We did nothing. We just send 0. I'll show you how to use it now because you're asking questions. I just expanded it. It doesn't matter. We'll just learn it. Okay. So over here is input. So input, when you say you're expecting an input from the user, and that is assigned to my variable. And that, okay, this is my variable. My variable goes into here. So now what happened is for every variable in the range of numbers that you're giving. So if you gave a number like 10, that means there is a range of 1 to 10 here now. This 10 number will come into this particular my variable, correct? I'm using it there. And I want to make sure that it's an integer. So I'm converting it to an integer. And then because when it comes to an input, it is taken as a string actually. Okay. So by the program. So to make sure that it is an integer, I'm making it an integer. If you put in some text here, like say hello or something like that, that will not work. It will throw an error. Hold on.
That is.
So that DFT did not do anything because it is not got that kind of a range. So there is this is DFT is not right, it is saying, correct? So because that's not supposed to be the thing. There is something called validation you'll have to do. When something is entered, you have to check whether it is a number. We are not doing the check for now. We are expecting a number to be put in there. So now I'm going to put in a number 10. So like I said, if you put input, I hope you're watching my highlight now, right? You're watching me highlighting, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So when you put input, you're putting input 10, and that comes into this variable, my variable. And this my variable is there, converting into integer.
Integer.
Not, yeah, integer, because it is not a string. Got it? So it's 10 is not a string, it is an integer. You're converting it to an integer. And then you're saying the range. Range means it is 1 to 10. Obviously, it begins with 1, number 1, and it goes to 10. Or for that matter, 0 to 9. So
Okay.
for that many number of times. So for loop means repeat this for as many times as in the range, 1 to 10. That's what this converts as. The meaning of this. Repeat for in the range, that is for the range of this integer of 10 times. That is 1 to 10. So what is so when you do this 1 to 10, for each time this variable, I will say counter. Okay. Instead of variable, I say counter. This counter will take the value from this my variable and it will become 1 hello, 2 hello, 3 hello, 4 hello, 5 hello,
Okay,
like that,
okay,
10
okay.
hello.
It's
So
it's counter, so it shows like number 1, 2, 3, 4.
yeah, not just counter, you can just say current value. Okay,
Oh,
that's
okay.
better meaning. Current value means in the range 1 to 10. So the current value when it starts will be 1, right? When it is that
Okay.
instance, that occurrence. Sometimes, say, if somebody is asking you to open an Excel sheet and read me out the first row, what will you start? You will read the current value
Start with
as
number 1.
number 1.
1.
Then if you
Oh,
read the second row, then you will go to the current value become 2, correct?
2.
Second row. Like that. Your eyes will normally just move from first row to second row, third row, fourth row, and all that. So that is basically what you're doing here. So now I'm giving 10. So you should have 10 hellos. Got it? Okay.
If you input a 12 or anything other more than 10.
With 12 will be long. So let's just put, I'll keep scrolling each time. So we'll put a small number. We'll run this program. Run is this button over here. This button is run. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
And you can also say run selected cells, run all the cells above, run all the cells below, run all cells over here, and like that. And if your server is to be restarted because you did a new install of a package, you can say restart and run all cells also. Okay. Instead of going to
Okay.
close the server and then open it up again. Okay. So I'll run it now. It says ask for it. Say two times. Okay.
No, sir, I have one doubt. If that our range, my variable integer range will be of a certain amount of 1 to 10, right?
Correct. Mm.
If we give an input of 11, it shows number of 11 rows. Hello?
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll do that also. Current value, comma, this. Right. So it will be making more sense if it is 1, 2, 3. So 11. Yeah. It starts on 0. From 0. So it's 10. 0, 1, 2.
Okay.
That's 11. Correct?
Okay.
Yeah. So okay, now you got it, right? So now we'll repeat this inside a function. I'll put this code inside a function, the whole function, okay,
Okay.
like this, and do a call this function and return, say, I will not return anything. I will just say print. So to add a new cell after this, you can just say plus over here. You see the plus mark here? If you say plus,
Yeah. Yeah.
it will add a new cell, as you can see there. So I can cut and paste if I want this code alone over here. The same code I'm repeating using a function. And let's see if there are any errors. Okay.
We run this at we run
I'm
it
sorry?
as we run this as separate
Cell. Correct. That is the benefit
cell.
of Python. I told you, it's interpreted. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see, like, for example, if I leave this function over here itself on the previous cell, and I ran it. Now this program is already run. Okay. This program is finished its execution. And the function, I'm sorry, where did it go? Okay. This whole thing is already run. But now there's a function definition. Yeah, this function definition, just like, somewhere they have defined what print is, somewhere they have defined what type is, somewhere what they have defined print is. I define something called my function calc over here. This is what it does. It will take the same numbers and just print it and return back to the caller. And the caller is sitting here in the next cell. And let me just empty it first and clear it for you. Now there is nothing here, empty cell, empty one. And I'm just calling that function. It'll be in the memory because it's an interpreter. It is kept it, interpreted, it doesn't lose it. And now when I run it, see, it runs over here. Now, if you're debugging a program or if you're running a program, little by little by little, you can build it up. And even you've been seeing me build it up, no? Yeah, so you can build it up. So over here, we can do various other things also. Instead of saying 1, 2, 3, I give it here. I pass 3 values. This is called passing into a function. I can say, I'm sorry, you use only B and C, you know, B comma C. Okay, B comma C, and let me say, yeah, so B comma C. So I have to run it again because the definition has changed. Okay, the definition has been changed. This is called what you call a function signature. The signature means there's a function name and it takes 2 parameters. So now you cannot say 3 parameters here. Now, if I say 3 parameters here, it will show an error. I don't know what you're talking about, it'll say. But if you say 2 functions, it will understand the signature and just call that. Okay. And obviously, I did not give the equation. So let me see that now, since I'm not accepting B and C from here, I'm taking B and C directly from the user from here. I have to rerun this code. And hold on. The definition is done. Now, if I run 2 and 3, so this is my first variable. A, B, and C is 5. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. It's an integer. Got it? Got it?
Yes.
Good. So these things I'll be sending you this file. You please try it at home. Okay. The best way to try is in your Jupyter notebook, go to Jupyter notebook.
Yeah.
Do what I'm doing here. Go to, you must be seeing something like this, right? Everything empty, you'll be seeing something like this. But
yeah, everything's empty. No files are there.
Yeah. New Python. Say this new Python.
Yes, new Python 3.
Select it.
Selected.
You'll get a file like this. It'll open up a untitled file. Untitled, it'll say and open.
Yes, untitled file.
Yeah. So now see, you'll be something like this empty, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This will be
click here. This I'm clicking on module 1. You click on untitled.
Yeah, I clicked.
Rename it. Put some proper name there. Say my first program or something like that. Python first. You know, whatever you want. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you got it there?
Yes, sir. I got it there.
Okay, now can you please type in this first little program that we did, print hello. Do nothing else but say print hello.
Okay, let's type.
Yeah, syntax, you know, quotes, double quotes, print, like my string. I'll in fact type it here for you if you really want to.
Yes, sir. I just type.
Run it. Use the run, you know, run button on the top.
Yeah.
Run it.
It shows error.
Doesn't matter. Just check. Look at the code that I've written.
Print hello. Same only I typed here.
Okay, just send the error to me or send the error to me on this message.
So once again.
On your chat.
Yes, sir, it's printed. Okay. I'll just print P as capital letter.
Right. Okay, good. So that's very important. Syntax is important. Syntax is important, Python. You'll learn it. Even like this error, when you see itself, you immediately picked it up, right? Or you can paste it into ChatGPT. The whole thing, you can paste into ChatGPT and ask, what is this? Now, each one of these cells, you copy and paste it and run it one by one. Initially this much, and then you print, then take this much, then you take this much, then you take that much, like that you keep going and doing, okay?
Okay.
And run it. So now it is already 1 hour. We'll keep pushing it a little more so that we can finish this whole file. And doesn't matter how much you absorb now, because you try and then you absorb. You get the concept, the idea. When I said pip install, you understood what pip install does. It is not like as though you will not make mistakes tomorrow when you try, but then you got the idea what pip install does. So you repeat it and then you will learn it. That's all. Okay. So now when we go back up here and we were saying, so there is this command called Python version. And what is Python? And if you see this exclamation mark over here, so when you run this on, I'm going to comment. See, commenting code is like, when you want to comment code, use hash. Okay, can you see here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is called comment. When you comment, it will not execute that line. Okay.
Okay.
And so when you want, when I showed you the window, when you go to the Anaconda command prompt window, this is the command you will give in the Anaconda prompt window. It is a system command.
For what?
In the Anaconda command window, just like you said, Jupyter Notebook, right? Remember?
Yes, yes, yes.
Like that, you can also say, ask for what is the Python version you're using. So this is the question you're asking.
Okay.
If you ask like this, you're asking what is the version of Conda, because every time it's changing. You just want, hey, what's my version now? Was it old? Was it new? When did I last upload? You can just check it like this, right? Very quickly.
Okay.
Because your customer or your friend or your colleague or your partner or your team will be with 5 laptops, they'll be using different versions. You just want to make sure all are same.
Okay.
So when you run it on the command prompt, this is the command. But when you run it from Jupyter Notebook, it will not understand this command. So you have to put it this way. This is the command that they've given. Okay?
Okay.
Exclamation mark. So this difference, if you know, it will help you. Now, when you run it, it will go to
Jupyter Notebook and Python.
One command will be doing enough. Other one will learn automatically.
Okay.
You got it? You'll get Python version. I got 3.12.7. What is yours?
I got 3.13.1.
So yours is newer because you installed it only today.
Yes.
So you got an updated one. So that's okay. Or mine would have changed because I also teach deep learning. So I upgraded I installed some packages that would have taken the right version for it. It would have changed because of that. Anyway, so by that we saw the difference. Okay. Oh, I've already written it below. Anyway, okay, fine. I will not write it here again. When I send it to you, you won't have to repeat it. Okay. Okay, so this is another way of finding the package. Use a package system and find the version and the system's version. It will come as a text to the string. So you split it and take the first letter of it. So when you run here, you get Python 3.9.21, and that will come like a string, long string. That is basically what this version does. System.version will give you this long string. And because you do not want all that, you only want one particular word from it, you say 0. When you say 0, typically it should bring 3.9.21. And let's see if it happens. 0.
Yeah.
So as you can see, this whole string came in, and then you get 3.12.7 because it took it out of here. Okay. And if I had said 1, if I said 2, let's see what happens. What it picks up, let us see, from this whole string. Or text. See, package, this text. That text, it took it and put it here. You got it? This particular print. So the split does that thing. It takes a string. If you just did system.version, that's what here. So print system.version on the top, it gives you this whole string. When you said split and give me only the second one, then it'll do packaged. This syntax I'm telling you because that's what I'm trying to say. Hold on. Nothing much that I mentioned away. It's very simple. Nothing to be too shocked about. You'll realize it now. Hold on. Let me just put the slash in. Okay, this slash in means new line. Okay, new line. What? Okay, so this syntax, you see this syntax here, slash in.
Yes, I.
Yeah, that is called new line. And if I wanted to mention new line 2-3 times, I could mention a new line. New line is this way. So let me put 3 lines and see if it works. Hold on. Yeah, 3 lines worked. Can you see these 3 lines happen here? Space. Okay, I've gave. So system version, when I said it gave me this whole line. Okay. All right. So because earlier this conda gave this output, Python version gave this output. I hope you're following my mouse. And
Yes, sir.
and then when I said print system version, SIS version, it gave me this full string. I'm just showing the another way of getting this 3.1.2, your version number, and also teaching how strings are used, just for you to know how flexible it is. So you take the system version. I could have stored it in another variable also. For example, I could have stored system. I don't want to do that now, into another variable which I showed you earlier. I stored my string over here. This is my first variable and stored my string. That's what I've done over here also. Same thing. Okay. System version is a whole string over here. This is called a whole string. But out of the string, I want to split and bring the second one only. So split is a function which splits the English text and brings out the second thing out of it. How it is divided, you will see that. So here it is divided as this is 0, maybe this is 1, and this is 2. Yeah. So it'll bring out the word package here. That's how I got. It's not useful for us what that package is. For us, what is useful is 0, which is the first version. So that is, I was just showing you the syntax. Yeah. So now you got the right number, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't need to use this for Python version. You can just use this for Python version. It's called the magic code, this particular usage. And but the point is, the reason why I did this is for you to see how the split is used and how strings can be manipulated a little bit. Okay. If it is from the prompt, like I already mentioned, you just mentioned Python version. Prompt means Anaconda prompt, Anaconda command prompt. Oh, okay. So then there is a listing the packages. You will have many packages in your Anaconda. You can use pip list over here, or when you go down into the Anaconda prompt, you can use pip list and you can say find string numpy. Numpy is the name of the package. Thereby, otherwise, what will happen if you say pip list, it will give you a list of many, many packages. Okay, hundreds of them. It'll take a long time. And you do not know, you have to scroll and search for it. Instead of that, you're looking for a particular thing, you can say pip list, find me the string numpy. Numpy is a package name. Just like you said, math or what is the other thing? System, this import, right? This is a package, correct? Imports is a package. A lot of packages are there. You'll get used to it. Don't worry. I'll get used to it by the next class itself. Now you have to run this to get used to it. So this is another command. Conda create. We already saw earlier that you had an environment called, what was that? Base. Remember?
Yes, we have created base.
We didn't create base. It is the default one, which you have base.
Default one, you have created in the base.
Yeah. Hold on. Your default is base environment. That is when you install Python, not Python, Anaconda, you will have by default that base will be there. You saw it. And then you went and gave Jupyter Notebook. Now, when you want to create, what will happen is you say conda create name and say my own environment. You can say, what do you call it? Instead of saying my environment, you can say, what do you call it? Data A. Okay, we'll say analytics. Yeah, no, yeah. Data analytics. This Python version also is not needed, but okay, let it just to know the syntax, we'll keep it there. Okay, so this command you did earlier because it didn't work. But actually speaking, a base is already there. You don't have to do anything about base, but conda create data analytics, and you take that and you say conda activate data analytics. Immediately, the result will be that it will become like this. Instead of base, you'll have data analytics, see users, what you said, no? Whatever it was, correct? See users. Okay. I think you said admin or something. What did you say yours was the default? I forgot. Something you said earlier. Okay, that's okay. No problem. You can see that. So then for conda install, like I said, just pip install. You can these things are packages. Scikit-learn. You did Jupyter Notebook if you remember. Pip install notebook you gave. Here you can give Scikit-learn, that is for machine learning. Cbond for what do you call visualization. And these are all just don't need to remember it. You can remember it as you do it, but just letting you know what are these commands. Very, very basic commands. Conda, NumPy, Pandas, and all that stuff. These are all installations. List all the environments I created. This is another command when you say conda environment list environments, environment list. it will list you all the environments that you created. So in your case, it will be base and data analytics. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Expected output, base, comma, data analytics. So that you remember. Okay. So we already discussed this, that it is what is Python, why is it important, simple, readable, it is used for data science, all that. Okay, has a strong community, it's open source, all that. Python installation we have done. So these steps are all done. We already have seen all this. You don't have to do anything to do with your path environment. All that when you installed, you would have chosen default. It would have already set the path. You already discussed what Jupyter Notebook is. VS Code and PyCharm we'll not do now. You're already installing Jupyter Notebook, so that's fine enough. Then we have already, so these are the list of some commands you must learn. It is important. For Windows, it is like you, you did CD, remember, which is for change directory.
Yes, yes, yes.
Change directory, like that, there are commands called dir. If you dir, you will see a list of directories. Just like you open your Windows Explorer and see directories and files, this will show you a list of directories. CLS will be clear screen. The screen is to be cleared. You don't want anything on the black screen. Clear it, and that will be this clear as. Very useful because otherwise you'll be having a lot of clutter. When you want to run your Python program, you say Python and the name of your program, and say, just now you gave a name for your program. What was its name? I think you said you created a new Jupyter notebook. What is the name you gave for your new Jupyter
My
notebook?
Python. My Python.
My Python. So mypython.py you will say, and you will run it when you want to. I showed you how to export your Python notebook to a Python. How? By saying file and export and run executable script, and that will become. And then you save it as script.py. Then it will become. Then you can run it like this from the Anaconda command prompt. We'll see that later when you. Okay. So all those kind of things you can do. But if you're using a Unix system, the commands will be like this: ls, clear, and all that. Very intuitive. When you start using it, you'll just get used to it. And when you see a customer's place, it may be sometimes Unix, so you have to use different commands. These things you can easily ask ChatGPT. Give me a list of Windows commands for me to do certain functions: copy, move. You can do all this. Whatever you do on Windows Explorer, you can do on the command prompt. You just need to ask ChatGPT for give me the command. I want to move a file. I want to copy a file. I want to duplicate something. Sometimes it will be RMB and all that stuff. MB, all that. Okay. That's something which you can explore and learn. No big deal. But these things have to be introduced at the same time because these are work. Okay, we already saw the Python data types: int, floats, string, bool, true and false. None type is none. Then there are complex data types like list. This is what a list is: 1, 2, 3 with a square bracket. Tuple, which will be like a this bracket, regular bracket, and 1 and 2. The difference is list can be changed, whereas tuple, the values cannot be changed. Dict will be like this, like a dictionary, another kind of curly bracket, and this will be called the key, and this will be value. So typically, you will have something called name. That means you'll say here you'll say name. B will say, if you say comma, then you'll say B is address and things like that, and this will be the value of your name. That will be what your valid, and then after when you say address, it will be the address over here, like that. One will be the value. So this is the key
Value.
and this is the value. Okay. And
Okay.
set to data type is the same, very similar kind of syntax, but only that curly bracket and 1, 2, 3. So if you have over here values like comma 4, comma 1, comma 3, like that, it will immediately remove all the duplicates, and the set will only hold values of. First of all, set cannot have duplicate values. It'll be like this only. But if you have a list, all 3, comma 1, so on, and you give this list as an input to set will immediately remove all the duplicates and make it 1, 2, 3. No duplicates. It's very helpful because in your data analytics or any other thing you use, you would have seen in an Excel sheet, you would have many names, or forget names, regions, locations. It will repeat California, 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 Chennai, Chennai, Chennai. You don't want it so many times in that row. It is, of course, everybody is from Chennai or California or whatever. You just want a set of locations. That's all. So one time you just run the set, immediately you'll get unique locations. It helps you a lot because many times you will need uniqueness. Many times you want to remove duplicates. Sometimes you say that I have a list of what do you call what do you call patients. So I want but the list of patients, many times the name is duplicated. I just give me just the set of them. So then you'll have the unique set of patients, no repetitions, or a unique set of diseases, or a unique set of um, what do you call tests that were taken, like that. Okay, so these help. All right. These are some things. And then arithmetic, you can do plus, minus, all that. Comparison, you can do. We will discuss this as we work. I won't just need to, plus, minus, all nothing to discuss about. This is square, x square. X square is 2x, 2 times multiplication. Modulus means when you divide 2 by 5, the balance number will be called modulus, you know, the reminder number. And then this, yeah, so these kind of operators are there. So comparison is double equal to means you're comparing this one number, say like for example, A and B is there. One is 10, and the other one is C, that is 10, also 10. So you want to compare if it is the same. For that, you will use double equal to. If A double equal to B means if the two of them are the same, it will return a bool of true or false. Say true, then you can continue the program because you can control flow your program based on that. Your program is just a series of execution of lines, right? So you want to check for equality before you run. So that is equality testing, greater than, lesser than, all that. Greater than, equal to, lesser than, equal to. And all the others we'll see as we go, okay? Assignment is equal to, for example, when you say A is equal to 10, then this gets assigned into A. Plus equal to means it will add a number and then assign it. If you say A is equal to, plus equal to, A is plus equal to 1, then 1 plus 1 will get added to it. It will be 2, like that. Okay. Many times when you're running a program, you want to increment by 1 and things like that. Okay. And all these are functions. We'll continue this next day, but you can just run through it. Don't do this Fibonacci, it's a little more advanced. But this, if you want to have an explanation for this program, you can even take this and you can take a look at it. What is A doing? What is B doing? What is C doing? Where is it going? You can take a look. Very simple math. Just B squared minus 4AC. That's all it is. It's not, don't make it. It's nothing more than that. It's just an equation like this. I don't know how to say square. We will just say square minus 4 AC, which is basically a very simple quadratic equation. And it does the B square 4AC formula here and returns the values. Statistics, you take a list of numbers here, and you can see, you can calculate the mean, standard deviation, and square root. Just like Excel. This is how you do it over here, right? So that's what is seen here. And then the more complex data types, which we'll see tomorrow. I'll just show you one list for now. When you have a list, you have this 1, 2, 3, 2. This is the original list. If you say append the function, by now you would have seen what a function is. So append, you can append 4 to this list. And the 10th item, first item is going to be changed to 10. That is 1, 1 is the first item. That I'm changing it to 10. After modification, how will it look? It looks like 10, we changed it, and you added 4. That's the program, right? We just need to see it. Okay. Okay, the rest of the data types we'll see later. Okay, I'm sending this to you. You do your homework, and tomorrow you'll be ready. If anything missed over here, we'll just have a look at it. Yeah, we'll see statistics also some other day, tomorrow maybe, or maybe if you have time. But basically, you get an intro of Python, then you can use it anywhere in any program. We can jump between Excel when we're ready for it and Python, and we'll see. Okay. So hold on. Save all. This is what file now, module 1. So shall I send it to you on WhatsApp?
Yeah, yes, sir. Share me in WhatsApp.
Okay. Can you download that to your D drive My Projects or whatever you called it? I think you call it D projects, right? Yeah, D projects Anaconda. Can you take it to that folder, that file, download and take that file to that folder?
Yes, I want to. D drive.
D drive project Anaconda. அதில கொண்டு போடுங்க அந்த ஃபைலை.
போட்டாச்சு bro.
ராஜா, இப்போ அந்த ஜூபிட்டர் நோட்புக் போங்க. ஜூபிட்டர் நோட்புக் அந்த ரெண்டு ஃபைல் ஓப்பனா இருக்கும்ல, ரெண்டு விண்டோ, அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் விண்டோக்கு போங்க. லிஸ்ட் பண்ற இடத்துல இல்ல அந்த ஜூபிட்டர்
சார் ஓபன் சார்.
ஃபைல் ஓபன் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா?
ஓபன் ஆயிடுச்சு.
நான் அனுப்பின ஃபைல் ஓபன் ஆயிடுச்சா? வெரி குட். அப்ப நீங்க அந்த கோட ஒண்ணுனா நீங்க பேஸ்ட் பண்ணி நீங்க ட்ரை பண்ணலாம். எரர் வருதுன்னா ChatGPT கேட்டுக்கோங்க. அப்படி என்ன என்கிட்ட கேளுங்க அப்புறமா. ஓகே
ஓகே.
ChatGPT உங்க ஃப்ரெண்டு தான். அது இருக்கு, பெர்ப்ளெக்சிட்டி இருக்கு, டீப்சீக் இருக்கு, அப்புறம் கிளாட் இருக்கு, கிளாடியா ஐ திங்க் கிளாடியா, அப்புறம் ஜெமினி இருக்கு, ஜெமினி, அப்புறம் எலான் மஸ்கோட கிராக் இருக்கு. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் இனிமே யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். இஃப் யோர் டோக்கன்ஸ் முடிஞ்சு போயிடுச்சுன்னா அதை கூட யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். சரியா? ஓகே. See, basically, you'll get used to it. Don't worry. This is only first day. நிறைய விஷயங்கள் வந்துட்டு இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணி விட்டுருக்கோம் ஒரே டைம்ல. கமாண்ட் ப்ராம்ப்ட்ல இருந்து, ஜூபிட்டர் நோட்புக்ல இருந்து, பைத்தன். So a lot of things you have just got in one day. So it will be a little thing. அதனால தான் அந்த நோட்புக் நான் அனுப்பியிருக்கேன். நீங்க அது எல்லாத்தையும் ஒண்ணா ட்ரை, எல்லாம் காப்பி பேஸ்ட் பண்ணி ட்ரை பண்ணா பெட்டர். ஏனால ஒர்க் ஆகலன்னு அப்போ why is it not working, you will think a little bit. Why is it working? Okay.
Sir, and one more though. இப்போ அந்த மாடியூல்ல ஸ்க்ரோல் டவுன் பண்ணி பார்த்தேன். அதுல கடைசியில வந்து மாடியூல்ஸ் டு கவர் அப்படின்னு போட்டுருக்காங்க.
அது பரவாயில்ல. அது பரவாயில்ல. அது டேட்டா சயின்ஸும் டேட்டா அனலிட்டிக்ஸும் ஏஐ எல்லாமே பிகினிங்ல வந்துட்டு ஆல்மோஸ்ட் சேம். அதுல சம் கான்டென்ட் நான் பேஸ்ட் பண்ணப்போ that's okay. That's different. Yeah, it's okay. I'm sorry I didn't delete it. Now I didn't delete it because I wanted to send it to you immediately. நான் அதை எடிட் பண்ணிருப்பேன். It's okay.
Okay.
That you can leave. I only நம்ம இப்ப படிச்சோம்ல அதெல்லாம் மட்டும் நீங்க பாருங்க.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. You do the code only whatever I told you.